late night thoughts. An original podcast by Real Deal Media. Brought to you by BlackRock Entertainment and the Davos Group News Corp. Let's get started. Okay, thank you. It's our house band. It's our house band, DJ T, wonderful DJ. Anyways, I think we are live. This is a Real Media original podcast, Late Night Thoughts. I'm your late night host. Yes, I am your parole officer of the night, Dean Ryan. It is wonderful to be here. Sure is. And we have so much to get to. Tonight's episode is Sleepwalking, but really, if you're new, if you're forgetful, if you're lost, Late Night Thoughts is a show. It's about everything and nothing at all. That's true. Tonight, we have a very special guest that will be joining us, Mr. Neil Bishop, who is, well, he should be here. Well, he was here. I don't know where the hell he went. Anyways, Neil Bishop from Ex-American News will be joining us here shortly. I don't know when he left. I think he had to go to the restroom. Anyways, before we bring Mr. Neil to the stage, as he has a very small bladder. He'll be back. Sleepwalking, and you're going to find out why. A lot of people have been asking what's been going on with me, what's happened, who are you, who am I? We are all together. I'm going to bring Neil here shortly. But just to give you a little update, we had a little snafus, which we're going to get to here tonight, because everybody seems to have a very weird start this year. And I'm certainly one of those people. You can count me in, but I have the luck of an Irishman with no luck at all, but that's just the way it is. Anyways, hopefully you could see me right here. Okay, there I am. Anyways, I'm going to bring Neil to the stage as I'm going 3D tonight, because I think he wants to know what's been going on with it. I have not spoken to this man since the Christmas special, so we're going to find out a lot about each other here at the dog park. So welcome Neil Bishop to the Late Night Thoughts thoughtful stage. Neil, it is so good to see you, and really it's good to see us, and that's what's most important.
Well, look at us. We're practically twins.
You know what? People have been saying that about us. I don't see it, but it could be there.
Wow. It's amazing, Dean. I am just glad to hear your voice, to be honest with you. I was worried about you. I was concerned. The whole world has been concerned. We're not sure what's going on. So I guess I'll ask you the question tonight. What is going on with Dean Ryan? I mean, I want to know that you're okay.
Well, see, Neil's asking the tough questions right up front. There's no softballs around here. This ain't T-ball. Well, Neil, first of all, and again, we haven't spoken since the holidays, which, by the way, you did a phenomenal job. And I thought your crooning, your singing was second to none.
It's a little known skill that I have. I mean, people don't know how well I can harmonize.
No, you do. You did it well. In fact, I hope we can do that. I hope we can do that again sometime in the future. And it was just great. So it's good to hear you. But in regards to what happened, well, you know what happened? Everyone's had a tough start this year. I don't know if you've noticed, like Piers Morgan just started his season. He just broke his leg. He just fell down the stairs. Literally.
Piers Morgan
several
broke
days
his
ago.
leg.
Yeah. And he just got started too, just like me. You didn't break your leg, did you? Okay.
Dean, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Unfortunately. Well, you saw that President Macron had a rough start too with his eye issue, some sort of black eye. Strange, isn't it? Had to wear sunglasses. Very odd. I mean, people are having a rough start to the year for sure.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So here's what happened, Neil. And I swear to you, as this is the truth and nothing but. And this is a stigmata that has followed me since last year, but really the now going into 6 seasons, all 6 years, is for some reason, every time I'm doing a story, we did, because I came back to World at War and I did, I did phenomenal couple of shows that I can or could opening week. For some reason, when the subject, the topic, the segment comes to Israel, like a paranormal activity, my mic goes mute. And multiple times. Neil, I swear to you, this is the truth. And I had no idea. I did an entire segment, entire real politics segment on mute. I had no idea. Because, I get really into the moment. You've been in the moment before. And I just can't get past your new pompadour of hair there. It's just so beautiful. Oh my God. We might have lost Neil. But it's okay. I would have hung up too for him. Anyways, he'll get back to me maybe. So I went mute and I was so frustrated, Neil, and everybody out there, that my microphone, which I did not touch, I didn't have 1 ounce of not one touching moment. It went mute for a long time, and next thing you know, the microphone went flying across the studio there, and unbeknownst to me, there was shrapnel that came from that and went flying perpendicular straight into the monitor, straight into the screen. Wow, look at that! Look at me. We're having some issues here. See, it's following me again. Neil's getting kicked off. Our background's getting moved everywhere. I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't. There is a gremlin. Really, this is what I'm talking about. We have some serious issues here. Anyways, as Neil returns here.
Randomly booting me off. That's really odd, actually.
Yeah, I'm getting booted off too. This is the problem. Neil, do you see how frustrated I am? And I barely came back. I barely can do this right now.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
using
crazy,
primitive
man.
tools. I'm using primitive tools right now to do this.
Well,
So
I just came in from a different phone to see if I can throw off the algorithm. Very strange.
This is what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you heard last, but I did I was saying the other night, about a week ago, I did an entire Real Deal Politics segment on mute and had no idea. Because I'm not glued to the live chats when I do these live shows. I wouldn't be able to get anything done. And as soon as I found out the microphone, I interrupted the commercial, and the microphone went flying across the studio, which created a freak accident because a piece of shrapnel came flying right into the computer screen, which because of that, it produced something of it. Just the whole screen went blank. kind of like this is happening right now. So yeah, the
Wow.
whole computer screen went blank. As you can see, StreamYard here, it's deleting pictures, it's deleting backgrounds every time I'm on here, and I feel targeted, Neil. So I was very upset about that. I was very upset about that. The computer screens ain't cheap, you know that.
No,
and
they're
I hope
not.
yeah, so I got to find the warranty, the whole thing. It's just, and I just started the new season. So then I became, I felt I was now delegated to then using the, my other primitive systems. And the second story isn't so heroic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are you going to spill some tea?
Well, if it's just us talking here tonight.
Yeah, it's just me, you, and a couple million people listening. So just be authentic.
Yes.
Be the real, authentic Dean Ryan tonight.
And I know Neil is snuggled under his covers doing the show tonight. It's just
you know it.
That's what I love about it. And I'm around sweaty people right now. And you've got the best seat in the house. So fast forward like a day or two. Okay. After that predicament, and there's no one to blame either, Neil. That's the worst part. Okay. There's nobody to blame.
Not even the tiny hats? You can't blame the tiny hats?
No.
Wow.
I tried to look for but however, there kind of is. There's Israeli influence. I can make the case.
Yeah,
because it did occur. When I mentioned certain things. And it always happens this way. It's not even. I'm not even kidding.
I believe it, man. 100%.
Thank you. I know now. I know I'm not crazy.
Nope.
So yeah, that happens now, and so the next following day, and just in case you were wondering, I don't know. I think here's the picture of what happened here. Excuse me, yeah, Mr. Pompadour. Yeah, the glitch in the system. The glitch of the system. Okay, so that's what the computer screen looks like. So that, just so you know. Okay, so fast forward now. Now the next 2 days. Now I'm ready to do a show like we're doing tonight on my main phone with a hotspot on, and like a cartoon straight out of hell. I'm in the studio, which is pretty cramped. Something was falling, and I went to go grab it, which my right sleeve got caught in a piece of thread on the right side, which was connected to the ceiling above me, which is a fabric, which completely collapsed on my head. And then the soot from the fucking ceiling falls in my eyes. Now I'm blind. I'm blinded with soot. Okay. And as this is happening now, I'm wailing. My arms are flying everywhere. I'm in pain. I'm supposed to be on air in about 30 seconds. My phone goes flying across the studio and crashes into the computer. That's thank God was shielded. And the phone's now busted. To now the phone looks like this. And
jeez, man.
So and then if you thought that, things couldn't get worse. Oh God. Something else spilled, which is just ungodly.
Are you going to say what it was, or you don't have to? You don't have to.
No, I will say. I will say what it was. I will say what it was. Okay, I will say. I don't know if people know, but guys, we're very. Oh God. We're very frugal and flexible, but like if we're on air, you can't just go run to the restroom. You have to go whatever's around you. Thank you, Neil. There was something there that was for in case of emergencies, and it tipped over like it tipped like the Berlin Wall or the Eiffel Tower. And that just threw me over the edge, where I started just punching everything around me. And then the worst part too, Rebel Rebel Mama, who's one of our longtime members, Marnie, was in the backstage unbeknownst to me. And she heard probably one of the worst meltdowns probably she's ever heard in her life. I had no idea she was there. I think I heard murmurs of something, of, take a breather. So, you know how women are, being the voice of reasons in the most calamity of moments.
Sure.
Like the bar fight's about to go down and the woman gets in the middle and says, guys, let's shake hands. It's just, that makes it work. And I felt so bad, but I felt so vulnerable too. So,
yeah. And you're being vulnerable right now. And I think that's what your followers appreciate about you. Your authenticity, your willingness to be honest and real.
Yeah. Well,
and I'll tell you this too.
They do.
Well, let me tell you something about that, Dean. There's a book called Your Own Perfect Medicine. And this book has tons of research in it from thousands of years about people consuming their own urine to heal a lot of different remedies.
Is this supposed to make me feel better?
Yeah. So, I mean, if people soak their feet in it, they put droplets in their ears.
Oh, thank you.
They do sinus rinses with it. They consume it. They spray it.
Wow.
I mean,
well, we know what you do with urine, but that's a different story.
Yeah, I won't go into detail about that. But people do enemas with their own urine. I mean, there's a plethora of things.
Yes.
I'm not saying I do any of that stuff, but I'm trying to make you feel better.
Well, yeah, and more. But yes, it was a war zone. Certainly can say that. And I have been unable to connect with any. I can't call anybody. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. And I'm that startled. I do. It's just it's like I just got here. I just started, and then Then I'm not starting. It's like I bought the car. I got my license. I'm ready to go. Yeah. But we don't know what happened. Where's the keys? No one knows where the keys are, and there's no engine in the car.
Yeah. You're a little discombobulated, I'm sure.
I am. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have no one to talk to, and I have no one to blame but myself. But Neil, I think there's a paranormal force out here. I don't know what it is. It's like the ghost of Netanyahu or something.
Yeah, Netanyahu. Is that what you said?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's just terrible. No. But clearly you've had a better start to the year than I have, and I would love to hear about it. And then let's get into what's happening around the world. Certainly we will. But you've been all over the place. You've been driving the convoys of all your kids. Putting them in the pickup truck.
Yeah, and probably the biggest challenge was trying to figure out how to keep everybody on that little side cart on my Harley. You know what I'm talking about? That little side cart. And it's trying to fit all the kids and everything in there. Which we've figured out a way to do it. We trekked down to Florida. In the Harley and the cart, and saw some things down there, and spent a little bit of time at the beach, and that was really cool. But it's the fakeness and gayness of 2026, I think, is going to be at levels that we haven't even comprehended yet, Dean, because the things that are coming up, it's unreal. It truly
now,
is
when you say gayness, are you talking about happiness, like a gay old time?
I mean, that is up for interpretation. I think we let your audience, we report, you decide, kind of thing.
Okay.
You decide.
You're a throwback.
I'll use the term gayness. You decide. How you interpret it. Is that okay? Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair in an unfair world, but it's literal. And I'm picturing too, like, I have like this idea that you have like, those gardeners, how they have those trucks with the little barriers in the background. Like, that's where you put your kids and they sit on haystacks.
That's pretty close.
Right?
Yeah. It's close. I mean,
so
I've got like
kids.
14 of those things. Whatever. We lose count after a while.
You lose kids after a while. You lose
kids. It's kind of like It's kind of like those Indians who used to live on the side of cliffs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, one of the kids would just kind of fall off and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh well, yeah."
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I just
they went
figured
little two bears.
you made at least 3 more on the trip. So I mean, you know, what's
that
no
was the
big
goal.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
God, just man, you were just so what do they call it? Fertile. Anyways, but you were like, did I get this right? You were in Louisiana last time we spoke. You were in Colorado.
Yeah, we've been in five different states over the last month. Well, actually, probably six. Colorado, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what's been going on. So,
like,
I myself,
do you still have
been a little bit
family? Do you still have family back in Colorado?
Yeah, we have family in Colorado. Yeah, Western Colorado.
I never even asked you. Do you have like parents and siblings? I mean, you must come from a big family.
I do. I did. I was born from parents, male and a female.
Okay.
Yeah, they bonded, and I was one of the. Yeah, I was one of the outcomes of that. I was the fifth born. I'm the youngest of 5.
No, well, that explains it.
That explains a lot.
Youngest of 5. All guys or all girl or
4 boys and a girl. Yep, 4 boys and a girl. Right. Yep. So yeah, that's kind of that. And yeah, I was basically born and raised in Western Colorado. Yeah.
That's fascinating. That is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, that is something. So now you're home. You must be jet lagged. Are you jet lagged?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Caught up. I'm good to go. Just thinking about again, it's just all the unbelievable amount of fakeness and gayness that's going on in the world right now.
Well, let's get into the fakeness and gayness, and we want to tell our listeners out there, if you know some fakeness and gayness, and I'm not talking about just tonight's episode, I mean just out there in general that's been going on, feel free to share. This is a members-only podcast for the Incredible Night Owls, because I feel like I've let you down 2 times, and twice in 1 week actually, but I'm trying to make up for it. So the year started off really. When I say the year started off good, I mean day 1, like New Year's Day. Neil, I almost called you, but I didn't want to bother you. I know I'm not supposed to call you when the street lights come on, but I felt good about the new year. I Domino's guys, friends of mine, they gave me 2 free pizzas. I said that's a sign, and not even 12 hours later, I hear we're in Venezuela, and we're arresting the leader of Maduro for owning a gun, and that's all. I think the charges were, although they were saying that well, he's the kingpin of the election fraud. I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, so that happened, and then Iran, which was tied to it, just so happened to have a colored revolution, right? That was with people of color everywhere. That's what that means. And it didn't succeed. And now we're in Greenland, and Trump gave a speech at the World Economic Forum Davos, which was well, how would you describe that speech, Neil? I know you're a speechwriter in your own life, but what are your thoughts on that? Late night thoughts.
The late night thought on that speech is, it's like I feel and sense a good Trump coming out, especially when he goes off script and he starts talking about whatever, withdrawing from the WHO, or talking about the scam that is global warming or climate change and all that stuff. And I feel like I'm like, oh, are we getting good Trump? Are we getting good Trump back? But then I see he starts this, this board of, I can't remember what he called it, the most important board that's ever been formed in the history of the world. And we invite the likes of Netanyahu.
Oh, J.J. Sullivan. Yes, Board of Peace.
Board of Peace. There you go. It's
all
weird,
aboard,
man. It's weird. And I saw or I listened to it. I'll have to send it to you. I listened to somebody, you know how people will ask their AI, they have a relationship with their AI buddy, and they and their AI are best friends. And this gal that I watch sometimes, she has this weird relationship with her little AI friend. And she asked AI to explain Trump. Like, explain Trump to me. Is he part of the deep state? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Whatever. Explain Trump. And the AI gave a very, very deep, interesting synopsis of what Trump is. And the interesting thing is, Dean, is it goes to my theory that there's a duality at play here. There's two Trumps. There's something going on in our world. There's an evil and there's a good, and they're both being exposed. And we're all on this side of it, trying to figure out which side of the aisle we're going to land on. I'll send that over to you tonight when we're done, and you can give me your analysis. It's probably about a 5-minute analysis of what this AI does of what Trump is. So yeah, I'm walking on this line, tiptoeing it, going, there's bad Trump and there's good Trump. And when I listen to his speech, I cringe and I cheer at the same time. I don't know if anybody else has that reaction.
I'm aware of the cheer part, and it's not very popular to be. Well, here's the cheer part. Yes, getting out of the WHO, which was the plan in Trump 1.0. So it's just
it was
continuation. Yeah, which I already thought we were out. So I guess this is news to me.
He cut funding in Trump 1.0 cut funding. And then
that's right.
Funding came back, and now 2.0 is completely withdrawn, allegedly completely withdrawn from WHO, which is a massive deal. Huge. I think we fund 18% of of the WHO organization, which the WHO organization, it's the World Health Organization. If people don't know, they say it's the World Health Organization. It's actually the World Hell Organization. It's an organization designed specifically to open a portal to send souls to hell. So that's how
I was getting mixed up.
Yeah.
I was getting mixed up because you were saying the WHO. I was thinking Pinball Wizard. I got mixed up.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, that's great. Here's another one. Okay, this is and I have to celebrate this. He cut the funding to all the experimental labs tests that are done on doggies and cats, and then sent to China for meat. That's terrible. He doesn't even own any of that.
Disgusting. Yeah. We forget about that. Us conspirators, conspiracy theorists, we forget about, because we're focused on the real problems, which is mainly has to do with child trafficking and the disgusting dark things that the deep state and these Illuminati people are doing. But you forget about the animals that are a part of this too. And they've all done it. It's science. It's science. It's all a scam, a sham. It's disgusting. It's gross.
Fauci was using those beautiful. What are they? Bloodhounds.
The beagles.
The beagles. That's right. And he put like an oxygen mask on those poor babies, and horrible. And it reminds me of what LBJ used to do in the Oval Office to prove a point. He used to lift up his hound dog by the ears until he was crying, and it just. So I hate these guys. Anyways, that's a good one.
They're the most disgusting. But whatever you think about them, that's bad. Like it's 100 times worse.
So that's those are a few good things. Also, the miracle jab scheduling has been altered. Florida just announced, I believe it was today or yesterday, that they are no longer going to have any sort of mandates of miracle jabs whatsoever. So, like Florida, which is a hot spot for polite speech now, in the model. Terrible, but they churn out some good ones. So those are some things that come to mind. I'm sure there's a bit more. I just can't think right now. But let's get to the.
We're hearing from the inside, just along with that same line of thought there. We're hearing that a lot of what's been going on in the mainstream is a distraction, while RFK Jr. pulls off some real stunts in a good way, where he's
He's exposing the jabs. He's limiting the jabs. He's literally saving lives. And so, I mean, I can't, 100% confirm this, but there seems to be some legitimacy to the idea that they are really doing some good things. Sort of, distracting the public in a way, but hopefully in a good way with some of that. But there's also some things that I'm very concerned about. And the other thing I want to bring up, and we can in due time if you want, but I don't know if you saw the latest James O'Keefe undercover operation regarding
You know
chemtrails.
what? Okay, I briefly saw that, and I couldn't get past the wig he was wearing. He was so incredible. He looked like Andy Warhol. It was amazing.
He's something else, man. He is.
Yeah. He reminds me of Christian Slater. It's just the oddest reason. I don't know why.
Well, he went undercover at the World Economic Forum. Did you know this? And
I did.
He captured the officials on camera admitting to this, what's long been dismissed as a conspiracy theory. Of course, he got them to openly admit that chemicals are being sprayed in the atmosphere. And we're, for those of us that have been down these rabbit holes for many years, that's no surprise to us. But this is going out to the public now. These admissions of, that these operations are handled by military, that they're carried out quietly behind closed doors, that they're actually, covering the sun. They are spraying chemicals to affect our food supplies. I mean, this is a huge deal. This is cancer-causing kind of stuff.
Neil, Tennessee voted on stopping the geoengineering about a year ago. And what they found out, their legislation only covers X amount of, hundreds of feet in the air. So it's above where they can actually, it's above their jurisdiction, which tells you it's a military affair.
100%. 100%. And, states like Florida, states like Texas, there's legislation in the making, and even in Florida, there were some people that had the fog tested last year, and they found parasites in the fog, these microscopic parasites in the fog. And then I will tell you firsthand experience. So we're right in the middle of the storm that's coming through that everybody's talking about. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think at least it's going to be as bad. It's supposed to be kind of an ice storm coming through the south here and things like that. But leading up to these storms, it's the worst chemtrails I've ever seen. I look at the skies every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't go out and look at the skies. And I've gotten to be very good at noticing. I sun gaze, I moon gaze, and first thing in the morning I go. All kinds of stuff, moon water. I mean, we could get into all that stuff, but the amount of chems in the skies leading up to this storm has just been astronomical. And this is what they do. And they control the weather. We know that that's not a conspiracy anymore, but it's not just about controlling the weather. It's about blocking the sun. It's not just about that. It's about creating chaos and making storms, way worse than they were ever supposed to be. We call it Mother Nature and this and that, and it's not. These people are screwing with it. So it's supposed to kick in tomorrow. We'll see how bad it gets out here.
I want to add to that. I want to ante up on the past line and put a few chips on the 7.
Do it.
Yes. Okay. So here's what it is. In the Air Force has that document. The PDF document you can download, Owning the Weather by 2025.
There you go.
Air Force document. What this is, there's 3 components, I believe, possibly 4, but the one is blocking the sun because of global warming, which that's one component, which I think is putting a hole in the, the ozone? But it's melting the caps, which they want for the next big trade route up north. The second is controlling the weather through the aerosol, the heavy metals, the ionospheres, moving clouds. A lot of this was done for peaceful purposes. The guy until he sold it by gunpoint to the military. So it's controlling the weather. Yep. Third Third, it's done to block military movement in the air, so it doesn't pick up by other radars and people can't see it. Third,
Oh, interesting.
here's the fourth one. Are you ready? This one's very frowned upon. Cue the music. Buckle your belt. It's done to block outer earthling crafts and dimensions, that are going, that CERN talked about, that CERN really had in their blueprints, which were on Bunter Hyden's laptop, besides him and the Obama twins. So there's 4 components I just gave you there of what chemtrails are really about.
The ante here. I'm going to up the ante, Dean. I'm going to throw. Can I throw in a fifth? Can I throw in a fifth element?
Yes. Oh, please do.
Okay, are you ready?
I hope so.
Okay, everybody take a deep breath. And that's really interesting. Your 4 are very interesting. One of them I hadn't considered. The fifth would be, it's to lower consciousness and block uploads from the sun, which the creator uses when a new age is coming. And now that's like, whoa, okay, that's kind of a mouthful, but when in the shift of ages, the sun is very, very, it's an integral part. And so many believe that the creator uses the sun to help upload humanity. If we're talking about interdimensional stuff, like you mentioned, we're talking about raising consciousness. And the sun is one of those things. If they can block the sun, they can keep us in a state of lower consciousness, in a state of where we can't really access our spiritual, our third eye, that kind of thing. And I think the sun has an integral part to play in that. It's really interesting. I've listened to a scientist talk for a couple of hours about this very idea. And that's what he and a group of underground scientists believe is one of the main objectives. Also, the 4 that you mentioned. But that fifth element is really important because they want to keep us in a state of just zombie-like.
I want to add to what you say.
No
way.
You said. You're going to raise it again?
I do. No. I'm not going to raise it. I might raise it next, but I just want to add like a little cliff note of controlling people's thoughts and preventing revolutions from rising. So now that everyone has the miracle jabs in their bodies, they have the nanotech. You can control it through the rays. That's what They Live, that movie, was all about. That's what they're doing. So it's mind control. Essentially, what you're saying is mind control. Now, here's the 6th one. Okay, now because you reminded, I forgot about this. They're blocking a second sun that's now appearing. If you look at the sun now, it doesn't look the same. It doesn't look the same. It's not. It's like a little flashlight.
True. And there's
a second sun.
There's people everywhere that are capturing the second sun. They're capturing images of it. It's amazing. Yeah, you and I are like same brain wavelength right now, man.
That's what's scary. but you don't have my luck.
That's really scary.
It might be urine on yourself.
Well, and that's what's funny? There's a connection between the sun and urine because the sun is in alchemy. Well, in alchemy, the sun is basically gold, and there are some of the people who claim that they can use the sun to create gold, and that's what God has used to create gold. And there's traces of gold in urine, Dean. I'm not joking. They find traces of gold in all of our urine. And isn't that interesting?
Let me ask you, do you remember as a kid, you remember those little red boxes of raisins? Remember the woman on them and she had the little sun behind her? Didn't the sun always look like that? It was yellow. It was happy.
Yes.
It was
gold.
It was gold. It was smiling. Now you look at the sun. It looks like, Bill Gates' flashlight is at your car window.
A white, obnoxious, too bright LED light shining in your eyes. And I think people used to be able to more easily look at the sun, especially the young sun, as it's rising. And then, the evening sun, you could go out and look at it very easily. It's yellow and it provides, it actually creates an alchemic reaction in your body that actually makes, if you really want to get deep, that some claim actually makes gold. It's very interesting.
Now, Do you think so? With the second son, and this is a topic. There's a guy I want to bring on and interview him, but he probably won't come on. But do you think they're hiding the real sun, or are they hiding like planet Nibiru, like a different planet that's entering our atmosphere?
I think that those are questions those are the $1 million questions. I mean, what exactly are they hiding? And the second son it's almost to the point now where it's undeniable because there's so much footage of. There's people that spend all day every day filming these things, and they're capturing these moments where both suns are very visible, and it's provable.
And have you noticed too? Okay, like the moon is never in the same place every night.
Yep. Oh,
okay, and sometimes they forget to tuck away the moon, and it's like the guy like, oh shit, it's 6 a.m. I forgot to move the moon, and they just move it really. I've seen it. They moved it really fast. Somebody screws up, sleeps on the job. They have to move the moon.
So it makes me think that there's some sort of like projector at the North Pole that's like projecting this out, and somebody's behind this control board. Yeah.
This thing is not real, Neil. This whole thing is just complete and utter bullshit. The moon's not real. I'm willing this. It just can't be real. It's as real as the flashlight they call the sun.
And the other thing is they always tell you to wear those weird 3D glasses or whatever those are to block. When you look at an eclipse, they tell you don't look directly at the eclipse. I've heard a lot of good information that there's a download, again, coming from above during an eclipse. That we
are you talking about the one from 2 years ago?
Well, yeah,
the one from 2 years ago.
That was the big one. There's pretty much, I mean, there's majors and minors, and there's pretty much, they're very consistent.
That was the big one.
That was the big one.
Now, speaking of that one, and there's been no follow-up to this. Do you remember on the world radar, like this huge blob going towards Antarctica?
Huge. Yeah.
Totally. What the hell was that?
I know.
There's been no follow-up whatsoever. No. It's like it didn't even happen.
It's there and it's gone. I don't understand it. Yeah.
It was frightening. Which plays into my theory that all this ramping up of war is really an arms race for all the countries to fight something that's bigger than we know that's down there, like Independence Day.
Yeah, well,
chew on that one.
There's a really deep rabbit hole we could go there, Dean, and we probably should do a whole segment on it at some point. But
have you heard about that though? Have you thought about that?
Yes, I have. And here's the teaser. The teaser is that, and this is biblical, that there's something called the camp of the saints. And this is from Revelation chapter 20. And that in the end times, there's a war, the world and the world rulers, Satan, gathers all the nations and armies of the world to war against the camp of the saints. And some believe that that's what this is all culminating, and the apex is going to be this war where we think we're at war with aliens, or we think we're at war with some sort of enemy. We're actually at war with the camp of the saints, which some again believe that Greenland is connected to this, and that the North Pole is at the center of all this as well. It's a very interesting topic to look into. But yeah, just since you mentioned it, I have thought about that a lot. And I think whatever we're going to fight against is going to be not what the mainstream is reporting. Imagine that. The fake news. Jeez.
Well, Greenland is supposedly sitting on top of volcanic ash that is covering up some of the most monolithic spacecraft out of this world kind of technology. From like a mothership, basically. It's literally living on top of. I mean, only 60,000 people live there.
Yeah.
And
so what is
I don't know. I can't imagine why they don't want to be like they want to be Americans. Look how much fun we're having.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, right. Yeah,
well,
and
what's
whatever
the holdup?
Well, whatever the rule of thumb is, it's not what they say it is. That's not what it's about. Whatever. Same thing with the news in Iran or Venezuela. I mean, it's not what they say it is. And then also, I tend to think that there's old world things that have been hidden that are behind the reasoning for whether it's buying Greenland or invading Venezuela or whatever it is. There's old world things going on that we don't understand yet, but there are people who are ruling this world that understand exactly what they're doing, what's going on.
Neil, I'm going to tell you, we have to hit this break, but when we get back, I want to tell you what the new world's going to look like, because I had the EU insider share some things with me of what's being all the consolidation you're going to hear about. I want to get your take on it. I want to talk about Macron, and we might have that video. I might share that. It's just incredible. He looked like he was in Top Gun, Part 3. It was phenomenal.
And Trump commented on it too. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as phenomenal as your wonderful hair there. I mean, that's just a pompadour.
That's amazing. Wow. Whew, I'm a looker.
Anyways, you are listening to Late Night Thoughts here with Dean Ryan and Neil Bishop-Ryan. We're going to take this quick break. We'll be back, and we're going to get into the world and its consolidation. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Okay, I think I know how to do this. It's been a while. JJ Sullivan.
Some people who obtained some of these files and are familiar with the person who's familiar with the files, he goes under different names. Benjamin Netanyahu, as we know, is one of them. That's his first fake name. Benjamin Natia. Then there's John J. Sullivan, the Skippy kid from next door. Then there's John J. Sullivan Jr., just in case you oust him. So can you imagine John J. Sullivan, the wild and crazy guy called John J. Sullivan, was doing nights on the town, probably with Gary Busey over there in Malibu. Upon further examination, they also examined the dual citizenship of Mr. John J. Sullivan. My man, John J. Sullivan. Give him a round of applause, man. What if he played saxophone at a local jazz club? My man, John J. Sullivan. So according to U.S. law, Netanyahu remains a U.S. citizen. I'll be damned. 1982, left his job at a furniture salesman position to be a policy advisor over there at the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Finally, Netanyahu has an ally in the cosmetic dynasty, Estee Lauder. He was getting his grubby hands in Estee Lauder cosmetics. He was the guy at Nordstrom's powdering your nose. He's selling you furniture and hammocks. And then when he's not busy doing that, he's putting blush, lipstick on you and grandma at the mall. This is we are learning so much, aren't we? We are learning so much. Unbelievable.
You like me, you want to get to heaven, but you simply don't want to take your time, let alone wait in line? That's why I here at Tunnels to Heaven, we're going to get you to your final destination before the revelation, tribulation, and the strangulation. All you got to do is start giving, because forgiveness ain't cheap, it ain't free, and you got to give to forgive. So that's why sign up today. You can find it at a variety of locations, and underneath the synagogues, we got one in Brooklyn, we got one in Alabama, and we got one over there in Seattle, Washington. Get your fix before you get your kicks, and don't fall for any of these tricks, and get your Tunnels to Heaven membership today, because God's waiting, but he ain't gonna pick you up. Hold on, what's that?
What are you saying?
Oh, it's my turn to go in that tunnel. I'll see you guys later, and I'll see you in heaven.
Order your Tunnels to Heaven today. 1-800-TUNNELS. 1-800-TUNNELS.
How symbolic that was. How symbolic that was. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Late Night Thoughts here with Dean Ryan and Neil Bishop, Ryan, who appears to be at a pool hall tonight, playing a very vivacious game of pool where I believe he's a pool shark. You play pool, don't you?
Oh, you don't even you couldn't imagine the amount of pool that I played in my life. You couldn't even imagine.
I bet that's got to be a big thing in Colorado because you know all them billiards and the beer and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So welcome back to this members only ordeal here tonight. And if you want to become a wonderful member, I want to encourage you to do so. What you got to do is go to realdealmedia.tv to keep this incredible, electrifying content going and growing. Because milk does a body good, but night owls, well, they do a reality, a mind, even better. That's right, they do. I get dangerous. Anyways, so go to realdealmedia.tv, realdealmedia.tv. And why wait till tomorrow? Join tonight. Okay, we got that out of the way here. And let's welcome back to the stage. Yes, there's these guys. It's always raining, isn't it? Anyways, we spoke about some things here in the first half, but now as we round second base, get the third, and we're going to slide into home. There's a lot of things that are shifting and changing, Neil. And this is what was shared with us here and it's all tied in, is that the world is consolidating into empires. Hence, China taking Taiwan, Russia taking Eastern Europe, if not more. Now Trump, at the last minute, apparently, is doing his part. Hence, Venezuela taking their minerals and, taking all of South America, Central America. And notice, too, that the countries, you see the anti-Semitic hate speech laws, they're all the Commonwealth countries and South American countries that China's in. Like Argentina, the Israelis are there burning it up with Patagonia on fire. Well, it just so happens to be that was China's region and country they chose to have their space program launch. What are the odds? So you see this time and time again. And I said from the get-go that all these hate speech laws, what the Israelis are putting in there, it's for a reason. It's to expunge the Eastern superpowers and make their superpower, their puppet, U.S., the king of the ring. So when you hear about the Greater Israeli Project, it's really a yin and a yang and / American empire. It's two of the same. So that's what we're seeing. And Greenland's part of it too. Now, Greenland's interesting. Here's the interesting part, because the European leaders are essing their pants after the black bagging and arrest of Maduro, thinking all the anti-Trump leaders in Europe are essing bricks because they think they could be next because he's a madman, they're thinking. Now, with the acquisition of Greenland, Canada views that as a threat, and they may comply because it's right next to them, I believe, geographically, something of that nature. And Canada is truly the between them and Mexico, they're the quiet sleepers. They're the Ukraine to our Russia when it comes to that, because they have the Gordie Howe Bridge going right into Michigan, bringing all the tanks from the UN, China, whoever. So that's how they see it. So Canada, what we're going to see with Alberta and maybe others to follow, they're going to become part of the U.S. as well. So we're going into the new age of empires, like a video game. And what's saddening is everything that was fought for in the post-World War II model of Geneva Convention, stopping imperialism where it starts, rules of engagement, all out the window. Means absolutely nothing. International law means nothing anymore. The UN is useless. That's what it stands for. Hence the WHO. Getting out of the WHO now because there's nothing. It's all done. It's all done. It's going back to empires now. And I'm not sure how to stop that, Neil, because it's a sad state of affairs.
Well, it is, and while we were worried about Somalians, in some state, and we're watching the news and getting all worried about that, talking about the first of the year, like you were saying, and all the crazy things that are happening.
That was a planted story too. That was a planted story by Mossad.
And during that, I agree with you, because during that, what the real story was, what everybody missed, that was Netanyahu's visit to the USA, which I believe was on December 31st or January 1st, right around there. But
that's right.
We missed the $6 billion that Trump committed to Israeli fighter jets.
That's right.
And we missed Hegseth's meeting with the Israeli cabinet to give full support to go to war with Iran.
That's
and
right.
Then, the federal government gives contracts to smuggle these Somalians and other refugees into America to create the problem. And then they sell us the solution. And they're doing, they're doing a really good job at it. All the while,
with
what you were saying, and with the Greater Israel Project. And that's where I cringe, is with Trump. I'm like, is he playing Netanyahu, or is he actually kissing the feet or the ring of Netanyahu? That's yet to be seen. Or is he doing both? I don't know yet.
So from the inside, what the inside tells me, the kind of outcome we want is, getting the trial for war crimes. Probably won't happen because, look, the Jews are very powerful. They've got a lot.
Oh man.
Okay, let's just cut all the corners off and stop being PC here. Everyone knows, and anyone who knows anything about Hollywood, you want to get a script scene by studios, you have to have a Jewish name attached to it. So, I don't, all this, planned footsies of, like, hey, look, you go to California, you want to get dry cleaning, odds are, the Koreans run the whole dry cleaning business. That's just the way things go.
Right.
Okay. Let's just cut the shit. All right. So, they're probably going to term him out. He's going to lose an election or something of that nature. Same with Keir Starmer. I was just made aware the other day that Nigel Farage is probably going to take the next prime ministership of England, which is, I think, a good thing. I mean, I've been following his career for 15 plus years. Steimer was put in there by the Mossad, and same with Ukraine. But you're going to see Netanyahu, get termed out. Same thing with the UK Prime Minister Steimer, and that's how they're going to do it. But the problem doesn't stop and start with Netanyahu. That is the Likud party. What they stand for is pretty militant. The opposition to that is still pretty militant too. The whole occupation is what we were told. The Third Reich, was about. This is the Fourth Reich. This is the Trotskys. This is the Bolsheviks, and it's a genocidal state of mind. They spit on. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with it. We can't have a peaceful world. It's the world's terrorist.
Oh, it's so true, Dean. And I don't know if you saw this, Catherine Austin Fitz. She's the former HUD secretary.
Oh yeah.
She just lays out just truth bombs, but she's reporting, or she's saying, the Uniparty in DC has misappropriated $55 trillion from American taxpayers since 2008.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of that, just going to what you're saying about this is way bigger. It's way bigger than Netanyahu or even than Trump or the Bushes. I mean, this is on levels that we can't even hardly comprehend. $55 trillion.
We've been usurped by this country.
Yes.
They call Israel. Okay. And this isn't a Netanyahu thing. Their whole country subsidized off the American taxpayer. And just to say that, this is why they wanted to stop speech, because they're going to say anti-Semitic. Well, you know what? Guess which finger I'm holding up right in the air right now, because I think it's anti-American if we don't stand up to this right now. Yeah, because we are being like Jim. Remember Jim Traffigan from Michigan, the Illinois senator? He was one of the first to bring it up in the early 90s.
Yeah.
They assassinated his character, put him in jail. Everyone who's tried to get this information out has been assassinated in some fashion or form. Look at Candace Owens right now. I mean, my God, the heroism. But
incredible.
Without our tax money, they don't exist. Their wars don't exist. But they have. I listened to Max Blumenthal. When they take the trips with our Congress people on these, very luxurious trips to Tel Aviv and the Wall and all that stuff, it's all booby trapped.
Yep.
It's all blackmailed, like Jim Jordan.
Yep.
My God, what
Jim Jordan.
cuckold.
All of them, of course, Huckabuck, Mike Huckabuck.
Rabbi
Huckabee. There you go. All these people, and I
except
think
for Thomas Massey.
Yes,
and what they're doing to him is what they're doing to Thomas Massey, who I've met, is so disgusting.
Yeah, they're assassinating him while he's still alive. Is what they're doing. That's what they do. They assassinate the character. They take down. They kill family members. Yep.
Remember?
But I think that
he went open.
Sorry, Dean. Am I still here?
Time to win.
Well,
no, you're
I'm just
not.
saying
I'm here.
that the wall is not just it's not just booby trapped. It's a spiritual thing where they're literally like they're selling themselves to this whatever this entity is. It's disguised as Israel, but there's another entity behind it running it. They're selling themselves to it. And it's very obvious when we see we know which politicians have done it. And it's about 97, 98% of them in Congress have done it. And so the ones that haven't done it, they really stand out, like Massey. They haven't done it. And not just in politics, but also in social media, like Candace Owens. All right. She hasn't sold herself out.
Have you been invited? Have you been invited to ever go to Israel?
I have not.
Really?
No.
See, my grandparents went in the early mid 90s, and like a whole tour thing, which you really don't see the true nature of it. It's like when you go to Jamaica, you just go to the nice part. You know what I mean?
Cancun,
you go to
is
Egypt,
not Mexico. Yeah.
Oh, it isn't. Damn it!
Can you believe that? Yeah, the tour, the guided tour that they give evangelicals of Israel is not Israel. Yeah.
I had no idea.
You didn't know Cancun's
not Mexico. You just broke my spirit.
I know. I know. You can't say you've been to Mexico if you've gone to Cancun. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble.
Oh my God! It's more like the Tijuana River. The place stinks.
Yep.
Okay. Stinks. Anyways,
we're at a point, and here's what's going to happen. I think in 2026, there's a breaking point. We don't want congressional hearings anymore on whatever it is, the fraud in Minnesota.
It means nothing.
We don't want this crap. We want arrests. We want Epstein arrests. We want COVID arrests. We want Fed J6 arrests. We want Russia hoax arrests. We want voter fraud arrests. That's it. If you don't supply that, say goodbye to midterms. We don't care. I, for one, won't vote. If I don't see something happen fast, I'm not voting. I know there's millions of people just like us. We're not voting. This is ridiculous.
So that's a great point. Now, the midterms, what's going to happen. He's looking at impeachment.
Yep.
But I think they're only going to go so far but here's the big one. This is what the genius of Thomas Massey, and I'll say MTGs.
Yep.
Is their legislation with the Epstein legislation, that is law with no sunset. Literally, Pam Bondi is breaking the law by the day, by the hour, and they reminded the pencil pushers around her staff that, once this administration's gone, and for a few more years, they're going to be tried for crimes of not releasing these files, because they're not releasing them. They're not releasing them, Neil. And
I know.
I from what I'm now hearing now, some people are. I've saw a redacted file. We're talking about statutory rape of children by certain people in office right now. One of them being the I think the main person, which I heard about through Wayne Madison years ago. That's how bad this is. We're talking like Franklin scandal level.
Yes.
Beyond, and financial crimes beyond. I mean, so. Thomas Massey put this into effect, and I think there was one person who voted against it. I think it was Randy Fine, that just egregious Zionist congressman in Florida, which Florida is now the new the new Tel Aviv.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. You'll get
Ron
put you in
DeSantis.
jail if you say anything antiseptic. We're gonna just put you in jail.
Yeah, which is making people really
antiseptic.
Yeah, they're driving people to that. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a sure way to do it.
Which then gives them the hubris, victim of circumstance to say, well, see, this is why we need in Israel, so we have a place to go when we're not welcome.
Yep.
But this is, I mean, you can feel the pinch now because, we mentioned Macron, who probably feels the pinch every morning, when he's waking up next to his theatrical
he
teacher
feels
there.
Something. He feels something poking him.
Good evening. Many people keep asking about the sunglasses, so I would like to explain why I've been wearing them, so you can stop asking. Okay? Anyway, I was listening to Candace Owens' podcast recently, and she said my wife Bridget has a penis. I did not believe this, but then I remembered feeling a little something touching me every time we had sex. So I checked just to make sure. And she does seem to have a tiny little thing. I guess they call it le micropenis. Anyway, I told her I don't want to have sex no more because of micropenis, and she slapped me like a bitch. That's it. Enjoy your day, s'il vous plaît.
Oh my
Ladies and gentlemen, that was provided to you by the Neil Bishop Institute of Science in Delegation.
Oh man, it's just too much. I'm crying over here. Oh my goodness.
The glasses, man. It was so great. I thought he was going to smoke a cigarette up there too.
Well, something happened to his eye. Something happened to Huckabee's eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's interesting.
No, are you shitting me?
No, I'm not. It's really, and it's not necessarily a black eye. It's totally like red and something
like a herpes.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, they may all have contracted. Yeah, they were all at the WEF and slept in the same quarters. Whatever they were doing.
Man, it happens. It happens, man. I mean, I had a friend of mine. A friend of mine got that. He got crabs in his eyes. I asked him how he got it, but then I realized how he got it before he answered. I said, "You don't have to tell me."
Don't tell me. Oh man,
I put two and two together. But this is very key here. Okay, like French intelligence is very up to par. They're right up there with the Mossad. I don't know if people know. I kind of found this out.
They're like the
big
epicenter.
Time. Yeah. And they colluded in unison with some of the Mossad people to take out Candace Owens.
Yep.
Who is
and I'll tell you this too, and this is a deep rabbit hole to go down, but it seems that the French have infiltrated the United States since 1776.
That's right. I forgot about that. What was the components to that one? I remember that from like a month ago.
Well, there was the
DuPonts. The DuPonts.
Oh yeah, the DuPonts. I mean, this is it goes. There's rabbit trail after rabbit trail. There's the Statue of Liberty, of course, that we know that came from the French. It's a tranny, basically a male, and the French were like, "Here, we give you a gift. It's fine." But it's like, it's like it's basically a statue of Satan, and so much, and then of course, coming over with the French were the Freemasons, which, if you've ever heard of the book or read it, or anybody in your audience, The Curse of Canaan, a demonology of history. You got to read that book, and you have to read it slowly, but it goes through. It documents all of this. That's
good.
Eustace Mullins. Eustace Mullins wrote that book, and his family was taken out by the FBI, and he was himself monitored by the FBI for almost 40 years. I mean, it's
I would
crazy.
love to do. We should do a special on that.
We should.
Because there's a book, the Book of Demonism, written by the what's the name who wrote the Bible? It's King James wrote the Book of Demonism.
Yep.
As well, which a lot of people don't know. Let's plan on that to do the book that you talked about, and we'll put those two together.
Let's do it.
That sounds great. See, we just make plans as we go. But so the French have more power than people know. They may not be good at fighting wars, but they're very, very sleuth. And there's a collusion with them and the Israelis of some nature. And I'm willing to even say the Russians as well. There's a reason why the Russians and the Chinese are not stopping the ethnic cleansing from Gaza.
Yep.
Do you know what that reason is?
Nope. I don't.
Well, on the surface, they're saying, I believe Putin said is something of the nature of that. Well, we do have some Jews. We have some Russian Jews that live in Israel. Okay. Well, it just. No further questions. No further questions.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it probably ties into that we're being ruled by Ashkenazi Zionists. I mean, it probably has something to do with that, Dean. That's my guess, and that these people come from the Ukraine, from the Russia, from the Europe. I mean, that's who's hijacked the name Israel. That's who's hijacked it. So it probably has something to do with that.
Rael, the Egyptian god.
Yep.
See where I'm going? So with Iran, Ra, top Ra men. See, get it?
Oh, I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah. Okay, it goes a long way. But Iran discovered they hacked a top Mossad agent, his cell phone. A general of the IDF. On his cell phone, they found video of him partying with the Russian officials.
Oh my
somewhere.
God.
They're colluding.
Yeah.
Which tells me it's all Albert Pike. We're dealing with annihilists who want mutual destruction of Israel and Iran, which will knock out all the world's religions. It takes out Christianity by default, right? Because the deity won't come back. The red calf, his ink will fall off. Muhammad, there's no Muhammad coming out of nowhere. And then the new god will be the AI, which China wants to rule the AI. That's why they're letting it happen. That's the Chinese component. And also they're supplying Iran. They're supplying Iran with all the weapons right now, brazenly. So when you think about all that, you think about the European leaders are all annihilist, Satanist, and all of the leaders around the world both hate Iran and Israel. They think they're the biggest pains in the ass, but they all want the new gods to be the artificial intelligence, and that though thy who owns the mantle of the AI, the controller, is the controller of the deity, like the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the green curtain. That's what China is rushing to do right now, and they have that lead, and that's why Trump is expediting all this AI bullshit just last minute, because that's what it's all about. That's why we're going into empires.
Yeah, it goes back to empirism, and which it always has been that, and it makes you wonder if we've been here before. I don't know that this is the first time we've arrived at this whole set of issues with being ruled over by some artificial intelligence, and I feel like there's this cycle that's happening, and
you're right.
And it also makes you wonder what exactly is behind AI. What's actually energizing that? What is the energy behind it?
Well, Neil's talking about the ancient nuclear wars that have been hidden. They've been the true maps of the world have been hidden. The Chinese own it.
Yep.
There's more pyramids in this world outside of Egypt. They're hiding it. They're hiding it in this Grand Canyon. They don't want us to know something down there.
And the Vatican is hiding all this stuff too.
Oh, the Vatican. I mean, they don't do a good job of hiding things. They call their telescope Lucifer. I mean, can you just be a bit more subtle, please?
Well, they throw us a bone every now and then. They're like, "Hey guys, I mean, if you can't see it now, we're calling this our telescope Lucifer." But I don't know.
And the Catholics are going. We try to defend you with the whole boy scandal, man love boy. This one we can't defend with the telescope. Come on, guys.
It's just Lucifer.
Could you call it Lucille, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not making our jobs
straight up
hard.
Lucifer.
Very hard jobs. And so take that into effect. But I think that's what we're going into. And another reason they're accelerating too, because the Zionists know that Gen Z are not, they've now grown up, and they're what do they call it? The age of coming of age. This is their coming of age, where they've all been witnessed. They've all witnessed a genocide, a Holocaust. TikTok, everywhere, and there's no turning back from that. The Pandora's box is open, and so Gen Z, even the Gen Z Jews, the Jewish kids here in America, they're not going along with the greater Israeli. None whatsoever. That's why they're scared shitless right now.
They are, and that's why they're going to have to push more red buttons.
That's right. When their backs are against the wall, they're going to use nukes. They're going to use nukes.
It's going to happen.
Russia.
They'll use whatever biological, chemical warfare, and that's why I think about these storms, hitting us with all kinds of chems, and I mean, who knows what? But they'll do anything. They'll do just like they'll do anything before they release the Epstein files. Wars will be started, and millions of people will die before the Epstein files are released. It's that kind of thinking. That's the way these psychopathic narcissists, sociopaths are. They don't care.
Well, just think about where we were, Neil, not that long ago, right before Venezuela. Israel was on their heels.
Yep.
Epstein was in the news because the files just gotten released, right before Christmas.
Yep.
Totally planned that way. People, and they were on their heels. They had to do a distraction. They did Venezuela. They did Somaliland. Netanyahu talked about Greenland in 2018, but they're on their heels. And Gen Z is going to be the one. Talk about irony.
Isn't that?
Gen Z?
Yeah, it's amazing. The young
Gen
people
X,
they're gonna be the ones, boots on the ground, leading this battle, this information war.
Well,
and
Speaking of which, they're tuning out too. They're all tuned out,
right?
But they're tuned in. You know what I mean?
They're tuned out. They're tuned out from the right thing. Like they're tuned out of the things that they should be tuned out from. The media is not. It doesn't have control over them, like it did at my parents' generation, and even partially mine. The media had full control over everybody. The Dan Rather, Peter Jennings, Walter Cronkite. That was it. The whole world. That's what they watched, and everybody believed it. It's gone now. They've lost that control. So that's what makes us think that something more sinister is coming. And that's what, even think about Charlie Kirk, that had to do with, they used that for so many different reasons. But one of the things was another distraction away from the Epstein files, basically around the very day that he was assassinated. I mean, it's just another one of those things, but.
See, that's what's confusing, because Candace just released there's a whole camera that was behind him that they took down, and somehow, some way she got a small clip of that. There's no blood coming out of him. There's no blood. So what are we to make of that? I've been meaning to ask you that for he's alive. I
mean, there's a good case to make for that, or that
they killed him sonically.
Right. There's a theory that they could have taken him out before that even happened, that was a double that was there. There's the theory that the camera behind him was basically a CGI projector kind of screen, hologram projector, that kind of thing. And there's so many different angles and videos, even from the crowd's perspective, that some of those could be hologram or CGI. I mean, there's and remember what Cash Patel said? I'll see you in
No.
Valhalla. And then the shooter had Valhalla, that actual area, pulled up on his computer screen. One of the last pictures he took before he shot Charlie on his computer screen was Valhalla, where it's this, supposedly military run area where people go to, live a
Was it
different
Club
life.
Med?
It's so weird. It's like,
Okay.
okay, sure. But speaking of all this, though, I'm surprised
So he's
it
in
took us so
Delaware.
long. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This is probably nothing, right? But have you heard about the whole Michael Aquino connection to
Yes,
TPUSA?
yeah, I was the one who sent you that. Yes,
You sent that to me?
that was me.
Oh my word! Wow.
Hi, I'm Dean. Nice to meet you.
Jeez, Dean, it's been
Yeah,
too long,
yeah.
man. It really has. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's another one that you just go around every single turn. Here we have a TPUSA advisory board member named Paul Villelli, who is also retired U.S. Army Major General, of course, and all that, who is connected with and helped write a book with this the Church of
Mind
Satan.
Games. Was
Michael
it Mind Wars?
Aquino, called
Mind
Mind,
Wars.
Mind War. Yeah.
I spoke to a friend of mine, friend of the show, James Martinez, who worked in the MK Ultra project with, all the big guys in the beginning, and he knows Valhalla. Or what's his name? Valhalla.
Villelli, yeah. Paul Villelli.
Villelli, Valhalla, Velasco.
Yeah,
Schlemiel, Schlemazel.
Yeah, Venezuela, whatever.
Yes, Fernando. So, anyways, he said it looks like they might have, I don't know, paid him something to just have his name on board, or it's something weird. But he told me the CIA, they relish big groups, massive groups, like the Jonestown experiment. That was a group think.
Yep.
When we used to see the Davos, their celebration of those weird things they did, they like to do those occultic things, which that tells you CIA took over.
Yep.
So that he was pretty pummeled by seeing his name there, as you were and I were, because Michael Aquino is bad. He was supposed to be the inspiration behind General Kurtz from the film Apocalypse Now, played by Marlon Brando. That was supposed to be his inspiration of characters from Michael Aquino.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
And Aquino and Michael Aquino joined Anton LaVey's Church of Satan.
Yes,
in
he did.
1969. He founded what's called the Temple of Set in 1975, which was basically an offshoot of the satanic, the Church of Satan. It emphasized you can become, you're your own God, your self-deification, all that. And then Michael Aquino also was accused of course, pedophilia, child sacrifice, never found guilty, interestingly enough. But the point for your audience here to connect is that Michael Aquino teamed up with none other than Paul Villelli, who sits on the TPUSA advisory board, and they wrote a book about psychological operations and warfare.
That's right.
Using U.S. intelligence and psychological warfare. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. Psychological operations, all this stuff.
Which tells me that Charlie Kirk and the actress known as Erica Kirk, these are CIA kids. These were CIA kids groomed. They're groomed.
I've gone as far as you're going now to say maybe Charlie was groomed from a young age, and he was
to be
actually, I mean,
he was groomed.
I think so. I mean, in one form, fashion, or another, he was. Well, but then, I mean, you take a guy like that and you compare him to, Jim Carrey's character on what was that movie? With the dome.
Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura.
No, not Ace Ventura. No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. No, the one where he's, they
Spotless
made
Mind. A spotless
made
mind of a sunshine.
They created a whole universe
Dumb and
for him
Dumber.
to live in. You know what I'm talking
It can't
about.
be. It can't be the Truman Show. No, it was it.
No,
Cable Guy.
not
Cable
yeah,
Guy.
absolutely not the Truman Show. No, for sure not that
Cable
one. But
Guy.
some movie.
Okay, it was Cable Guy.
Cable Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so.
You look at Charlie. He looks like the character. He sort of acted like the character. Then he's got this pretty blonde wife in the movie. Charlie. It's all like perfectly.
And Snake Eyes. Snake
Eyes. This is ridiculous. What I can't
it is
figure
ridiculous.
out, Dean,
Fake character.
this is where I need your help. I can't figure out.
Yes.
Was Charlie was he a good character? Did he think he was actually doing the right thing, or was he actually deeply so involved in this that he was actually just playing a role?
Well, here's what I can't figure out too. And by the way, I think Ben Shapiro was groomed to be this agent. I mean, from a young age. Abuse, everything.
He looks evil now. I wouldn't put anything past this guy. I really wouldn't.
He's wearing earth tones now, trying to relate to the common person. Yes, he is.
Yeah, and sunglasses too. Sunglasses.
Neil, I swear to God, he colored his eyebrows are just a shade of darkness, but a lot of brown now. I'm not even. I'm not kidding you.
It's unreal.
Here's what I can't understand. So it's like when you hold mirrors against each other, the further you look back, is okay. Why would Netanyahu, who we've now established through FOIA, they wouldn't release his files that he is a U.S. intelligence, asset, that either FBI, CIA, and for some reason IRS. I don't know how the hell that. And a great report. So. Why would he come out immediately to announce the death and then come out again immediately to say we had nothing to do with it? I mean, doesn't that just put the target on them? You know what I mean? Like on purpose?
Yeah.
If you killed someone, we've all seen Dateline enough times to know you never just volunteer to say, hey, we're here. I didn't do it. I just want to let you know. I didn't kill my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. There's an old proverb that says the guilty run when no man pursueth. So you get the idea, like you're running from out of fear. You're afraid someone's after you, but nobody's even pursuing me. That's because I have a guilty conscience, and I feel like I have to compensate for that and get away from any accusations. Right away. And Netanyahu and company jumped the gun a little too quickly on that one, because it's like,
my God, it was like 21 Jump Street.
Saying,
I know.
Oops.
I just read a comment. Someone asked, Neil, are you talking about the movie The Mask?
Yeah, that's it. It was The Mask of all things.
It was Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Was this whole thing is to implicate the Israelis even more so? And is that Netanyahu's purpose? Because they're doing a good job. Same with Shapiro. Same with to
could you
implicate.
Imagine? I could never go that far to say that. That's actually Netanyahu. That I couldn't ever put any good intention on Netanyahu. Now maybe he's being used and he thinks he's partaking in the Greater Israel Project, and he's pushing Israel over the whole world, and he's going to take over the world, and maybe others know about this. That's the anomaly that Trump is. That's what I can't figure out, because Trump both calls him out and he also kisses his ring. So it's like, which one is it? And is he playing both just to play the chess game?
There's a fake Netanyahu too. I've seen it where he has like Michael Jackson skin and mask on with the pencil eyebrows. I mean, how can nobody see that this guy's wearing a prosthetic? It's not even the Netanyahu.
I know. Same thing with DJT.
It's same thing. We don't even know if these people are still alive.
I know. It's gotten
the reality
so strange.
Of it.
And we don't even know anymore what's AI when we're watching someone give a speech or talk or this or that and whatever. And I mean, we don't even know. I mean,
look at these people. I mean, like Pam Bondi, who she's got to go to jail. She's been covering up things for the longest time. I've been hearing about her trafficking ties with what's the stiff, the former vice president.
Pence?
Yeah, Pence. Go look at Pence from the 90s when he hosted his own talk show in Indiana.
Yep.
You want to see something freaky. We don't even know who that guy was back then. He was like, Donahue.
Yeah.
He had like one of those shows, literally like Geraldo. So we don't know what's going on. Like, how can someone like Cash Patel be running anything? All he does is talk about his girlfriend, and
I know.
These people aren't running anything.
No,
they're not.
It all seems like it's smoke and mirrors. They're just
it's
continuing the facade. And as long as we believe in it, if we believe in it, it's real. And that's the thing. It's kind of like the dollar. The only reason the dollar has any value is because we all still believe in it. The moment everybody collectively stop believing in something, it takes away its energy. It takes away its reality.
I know.
And it's not there anymore. If we all stop, so just like if 100 million Americans said today, hey, you know what? I'm done with paying federal taxes. Federal taxes would all just go away. It would all go away. It'd be gone.
You know what's magic? You know what's magic? When I think something, Neil says it. It's so weird how we got that down to a science.
Brainwave length. Oh yeah. It goes through. It's like we're connected through AI, I think is what's going on.
So here's kind of my final thought here is my final late night thought, that is, and I'll get Neil's take on it all. And you know what, we're gambling here at the craps table, but here's what I believe. I think I have evidence to prove it, that we are under continuity of government. And under continuity of government, they have been doing something called devolution. We've seen the devolution and the destruction of the media. We've seen the devolution and the destruction of the institutions, universities, schools, the healthcare industry as we know it. I think that we're now seeing the devolution of Israel, which is runs us, and the executive branch of basically the presidency. We're seeing a devolution, and that's what this is all about. Because I mean, look, Trump's approval ratings are in the George W. Bush numbers now. That is egregious. It's horrible, and it's deplorable too. I mean, and the person playing him, there's no empathy. I mean, the Charlie Kirk funeral, whatever the hell that was, there was no empathy. That was like a Kiss concert. I mean, that was disgusting and fake and demonic.
Yeah. And the Great Awakening happens. It only happens with the people, and that's what people need to understand. It can't happen from the top down. It has to happen from the bottom up. And what I mean by that is there can't be a Great Awakening without the mass population waking up to what's going on. Right. Like we said, when we realize, like if you're right about the devolution, where all these things are being exposed and sort of devolving in front of our eyes. If you're right, then what's happening is people will begin to open up their third eye, and they'll see. And that's another reason, what we talked about earlier, Dean. That's why they're blocking the sun. That's why they're infiltrating us with pandemics. That's why, because they don't want people to wake up to the reality that they're not even real, that this whole thing has been a matrix we're living in. The government's a matrix.
Absolutely.
And we have to be able to see it.
It's Plato's cave all over again, and they're going to usher in a new movement, but they're trying to enact a civil war in the meantime. And I don't think people are buying into it, a civil war. I've seen more unity during this time because what we see with the ICE. What we see with the ICE protests, I think ICE are purposely putting these Antifa 2.0 people there to then start a martial. I mean, who the hell benefits from going into a church and doing jumping jacks, protesting? Nobody in their right mind would do that. It's stupid. It's all kabuki theater. But Neil, God, it's so good to hear you again tonight. You have opened my third and even my fourth eye. That's how great tonight has been.
That's a lot of eyes. I'll tell you what. Let me.
I don't know what the fourth eye would be, but I'm afraid to find out. Go ahead.
Let me just say this.
Yes, please do so. And I love that hair.
And this is the last thing I'll say. My hair and glasses and all is that I think we're at a point in history, and we're not coming near it. We're actually here, where we have to decide if we're content to kind of numb ourselves with this endless stream of drug-like digital slop, or if we're going to fight for our humanity, like touch grass, grounding kind of stuff, challenge ourselves, create, contribute, and love again. That's what I wonder. And I hope that we're at that point, because I think when we reach that point, that the new age begins.
Oh, God. Poetry in words. Today's Mark Twain, everybody. Neil Bishop. We're going to end it there. And I want to thank everybody's patience with both of us here tonight, but especially me, as in case you missed it, rewind to the first half of the show. I'm a worldwide klutz, and no excuse, but I hope to be back very, very soon. And we want to have you back soon, Neil, and we want to do that deep dive in those books you mentioned.
Let's do it.
That is phenomenal idea you have. It's like we have the same brain. It's scary.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, we're going to end it there. I'll be back very soon, everybody. Little false start, but for Neil Bishop and everyone else here at Late Night Thoughts, I'm Dean Ryan saying thank you for sharing your late night with all of us. Until next time, always remember to stay tuned and stay awake. And I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I really am. Good night, everybody.